Welcome to the It's Never Too Late podcast. My name is Tracy Fati. Each week I upload 2 videos focusing on topics that help everyone to live positively, and I want you to create a life on your terms and making it happen on your terms. Don't beat yourself down. Believe in yourself because you are qualified to succeed. We always have a choice in life. We need to be aware that everything we do in life is done by choice. There is really nothing we have to do. We always have a choice. This podcast is about fresh start, loving yourself, create a positive life, and many more. So join me on this podcast. We're gonna learn and heal together. Hi everyone, and welcome to It's Never Too Late podcast. In today's episode, I will talk about what are the lessons people must often learn too late in life. Probably you spend your first 20 years worrying about what people think about you, and you spend your next 20 years swearing that you don't care about what people think about you, and perhaps you spend the next 20 years realizing that they aren't thinking about you. We wasted our time doing meaningless things and thinking about meaningless people. Instead, we need to spend more time appreciate what we've got. A heart that beats, a way to pick up your cup of coffee, the eyes that see that cup and know what color it is, and so on. A woman I know spends most of her time thinking about how much she hates her legs. She can give you a detailed report on what is wrong with them. She forgets all the places those legs have taken her, all the miles that they have walked for her. For most of us, life is all about one thing: money and happiness. No matter what path we choose, we hope every one of them leads us to happiness. We eat delicious food, exercise regularly or not at all, play video games or read books, go on dates or try to hang out with friends, work hard at our job or barely get by, all because we subconsciously believe this will lead us to the most happiness. This may sound very matter of fact and like not much of a surprise, but once we truly understand this, life changes forever. Instead of trying to find happiness later down on the line or in a very roundabout way, we may be able to pick up happiness, activities, or general things that make us happier now. For instance, we can grind out that new rank in a video games only to realize that we lost thousands, if not hundreds or thousands of hours of fun. All because we thought we'd finally feel happiness once we reach that certain rank. We can work hard in our job for a promotion or to make more money, spend many nights stressing ourselves to get more work done, only to understand much later sacrificed time with family, friends, and ourselves along the way that would have made us so much happier. And we can go on a date after a date, after a date, after a date, relying on the other persons to hopefully give us that feeling sense of happiness we so wish for. Never to lie, realizing that if we had just sit down and take responsibility for life ourselves, we could have probably found much more happiness. If happiness is truly what we are after, then why do we not try to grab it now? What are we waiting for? Many people believe that there is one threshold to happiness, that once they reach a certain breaking point, so source they will be happy forever after. True love, riches beyond beliefs, fame, success, rank, promotions, hundreds of friends, or other achievements of the sort will finally push them over the edge. And so they grind and struggle and stress and worry their entire lives, never taking a moment to stop and think about what they already achieved so far, that all this grinding has already led to certain achievements that made them no happier than before, and that this path they choose may not lead to happiness at all. It is in being happy now and doing things that bring us bliss and joy more than ecstatic happiness that will make us feel blessed and happy at the end of the day. It is this happiness that we should all strive for. Of course, this will not be an everlasting form of happiness, but that's okay, for the happiness will be much more abundant and longer lasting than before. So even when it will eventually fade, it will not fade for long. But to do that, we have to stop believing that we will reach that breaking point of everlasting happiness and start to consider what makes us happy now. We have to grind the video games because the struggle brings us joy. Work in a job that makes us feel alive, and work and worry because we want to. And go on date after date because every person we meet is a new, fun person to be around. We have to start doing things for the sake of doing them and not to gain anything from them. Once we start doing that is when we start becoming happy. But that means we must let it fly wherever it wants to, like a butterfly we've chased for far too long. Instead, we should just live our life and do the best job we can. For when we do just that, happiness will come when we least expect it. One way to feel happy is to change your thinking and realize that thoughts are things. What I mean by this is that if your thoughts are positive, you will get positive results, and if your thoughts are negative, you will get negative results. This concept has been published in many books. It started from Thoughts Are Things that Prentice wrote Mulford in 1988. The basic concept is that thoughts are a bit like a sine tower. As the author and speaker Michelle said, I attract into my life everything I give my attention, energy, and focus to, whether it is positive or negative. So watch and control your thinking. We have reached the first part of this episode. See you in the next part. Till then, take care. Bye bye.
Every day somebody trying to test you. Every day somebody trying to end you.